Welcome home, everyone. Today I would like to answer one question. And the question today is, what is spiritual growth and why and how do we spiritually grow? People who ask me this is usually people who thinks that they are saved, they will go to heaven, and so they actually think that they have arrived. So they don't have to do anything else. This kind of Christians become Christians who are very bored with the services. Listening to preachings are a chore. They feel that they don't have to do anything. Going to church is already an extra thing that you have done for God. It's like every time you go to church, you feel like, see, Lord, I'm going to church. Can you see I'm a good guy? It's the kind of people who thinks that don't even mention serving in church. I mean, just coming to church feels like they're paying something for God. It's like they're giving a gift for God. So I believe that this is not the way that we should view our Christianity. Jesus Christ died on the cross for us, to save us from sin. It's not just for us to come to church on Sundays. That is not His vision. His vision is to change people, to transform people. A lot of the word in the Bible is always to make you, to become. For example, Jesus talked to Peter when He first called Peter. He said, do not become fishers of fish, basically, become fishers of men. So, become fishers of men from fisher of fish. Fishermen to become fisher of men is a transformation. It's there's always a purpose for all of us who are being saved. And the Bible said in Romans 8, verse 28, it says this, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. I love this verse because it says all things God works for the good of those who love Him. So I love God, so I believe that everything in my life will work for the good in the end. But usually people just read the first sentence, although there's the second one. Who have been called according to His purpose. Look, when we are saved, we become a Christian, someone who believes in Jesus Christ. There is a purpose behind all that. We're not just being called so that we receive good things. We're not just being called to receive blessings. We're not being called so that we can become richer, stronger, or more peaceful, or being healthy. That's not really the main purpose, because that means that that's our purpose. But here, the Bible is saying that according to His purpose, His means God's purpose. There is a bigger purpose than our own purpose. Usually our own needs, not just purpose, just needs, is to make us, wealthier, more peaceful, healthier. So everything goes according to my plan and my purpose. Then actually we are being saved for His purpose, not our purpose. So that in verse 29, same verse in Romans 8, for those who God foreknew, He also predestined to become conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. There's the word to be conformed. To be conformed means we have to change. And to change means we have to grow. We cannot just stay the same. When we came in, where our way of thinking is totally different from God's way of thinking. Our way and His ways are different. His ways are way higher. And in becoming a Christian, we should grow to know Him even more, to know His ways even more, and to have more and more of the mind of Christ in our life. That means we have to grow. There's another verse in Ephesians 4, verse 11. It says, "So Christ Himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, and teachers to equip His people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and became mature, attaining the whole measure of the fullness of Christ." So the Bible is always saying things about build up, equipping, reaching unity and knowledge, and becoming mature and attaining the fullness. That means all these words means we cannot just stay the same. There should be growth in our lives spiritually. There's a target, a purpose. Attaining all this knowledge and in unity and faith and becoming more and more like Christ and has His attributes, has a purpose. It says that to equip His people for works of service. We are trained so that we can perform God's purpose, His purpose. So, as a Christians, we cannot just come to church and sit on a pew listening to people talk while we're nodding off, getting bored weekly. No, that's not His plan. His plan is we become equipped, we know what we are doing, we know His purpose, and we're doing it. And the purpose for our church, God's purpose for our church is to build 1,000 strong local churches and discipling 1 million disciples. So we have a plan, and God is equipping all of us, the body of Christ, with apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers. God is planning all these structures in the church so that the church may function for His purpose. And we become one of the body of Christ inside of it. And we must grow to become more mature and more in line with His faith and His knowledge for His purpose, the good works that God has planned for us. And on the way, we receive joy, peace, and righteousness. We receive the blessings of God. We understand more, but that's on the way. But His main purpose is to build His church, and while we're building His church and His purpose, we will grow. So I pray that everyone shall grow spiritually in Jesus Christ. God bless you.